Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Follow a Sketch Friday. So this is the sketch for today. It has some big circular elements, this funky little thing right here, and it calls for a bunch of photos. I'm only using one photo though. So I have this scrap of Tonic Studios paper, a photo from Adventureland in Disneyland, this piece of a Bella Boulevard kind of like transparency thing, a stencil from Scrapping Reflections, and a sheet of black cardstock. So let's see what I can do. I decided to go ahead and use a bunch of my Kill a Kit style for the month of August. And I'm using this kit a lot this month. I feel like more than I normally use a Kill a Kit. And that's just because I'm lazy. I mean, straight up. The kit is right here on my table. It's right off to my left-hand side. And I am exhausted from work right now. I'm doing 2 jobs and I'm exhausted. So even though I love scrapbooking and I want to do it every day, sometimes I just want to be lazy about it because the joy that I get from it, I don't want it to be work. You know what I mean? So I'm still using these Fiskars spring-loaded scissors, trying to figure out if I like them, how much I like them. So I'm using them in different applications. This time I went ahead and trimmed down this kind of plasticky acrylic thingamabobber. And that's just because it was so large. I wanted it to fit within this green paper that I was using instead of overlapping it. Now this is Mandala number 5 from Scrapping Reflections, and I'm going to be using some Brutus Monroe Glitter Glaze with this Mandala Stencil. Now this glitter glaze is not as juicy and as fluid as new glitter glaze. This glitter glaze is almost gone and it is drying up ever so slightly. So it's more like a putty than a glaze right now, but that's okay. Because I am using it. I figure one more time to use this glitter glaze and it'll be gone, and I will ditch the jar. So there it is. The glitter glaze has dried. As you can see, it did dry a little bit darker. So I am going to create this piece right here. I decided instead of embellishing over top of this textured paper that I had, that I was going to add a strip of white cardstock. And then I was like, you know what? Do I really want to put a scalloped circle here with text on it? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I want a doily. So I'm going to go ahead and matte my photo. And I figured since I had so much black already on this layout, I needed to add a little bit of black here on the photograph. So I thought I could either matte the black on the pink or I could matte it under the pink. Ultimately, I decided that I liked the black matte around the photograph, and then I was just going to place that right on top of the pink paper. Then I'm going to add adhesive and put it on top of that doily, and I kind of love how this layout is turning out. I really like the fact that I've got these soft kind of pastel-y colors along with this big striking pop of black. It just, you know, gives me straight up joy for scrapbooking this layout. Plus I got to add in, you know, a little mixed media and stenciling, which is one of my absolute favorite things to do, you guys. So I was thinking that I was going to be adding in some cork, but ultimately I decided to not add in the cork, and I decided to go with gold as an accent instead of the cork. So now I'm going to look at this and figure out what I want to do. Now, instead of 3 photos here at the bottom, I'm just going to create a pattern paper strip, and then I'm actually going to put my title here instead of placing my title up at the top like it is in the sketch. That's the beauty of a sketch. You can make it work for you and how you like to scrapbook. Now, even just the basics of this sketch, I have done it a little bit differently. So my circle element, which is my glitter glaze stencil, is almost the same size as that bracketed element. And even though in the sketch it's smaller, and I'm okay with that. I like it. I really do like how this layout turned out. I use that highly scientific method of denting the paper with my finger, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess black cardstock. I didn't measure exactly right. I kind of eyeballed it, so just needed to trim off a little bit of that thickness. So I figure out where I want that strip to go. I figure on a good place, and then I'm going to bring in this tag. Now on the sketch, the decoration, the floral decoration, is on the left-hand side, but I liked it better over here on the right-hand side. So I'm using some foam rectangles to pop up this sticker tag, and I am going to place a foam rectangle right on the back side of the tag hole. And what that's going to do is give me a surface to go ahead and glue a bow, because you guys know I cannot have naked tag holes. That just can't happen. So I grab some black embroidery floss and I tie a bow, and then I'm going to use some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. I just put a little dollop right in the center of the tag hole there, since I have that nice foam rectangle to kind of glue it to and get that bow down there. So now I'm just like, okay, need to decorate this up a little bit more. I decide that I'm going to use this flower. I'm totally taking the fact that there are flowers on the sketch and putting flowers on my layout. So I do look for a little foam square to pop up the edge of the flower right here, because it was kind of dipping down to the background page. I bring in that blue color one more time up here with this little tab that says "So Sweet." And now I'm just trying to figure out how else I want to decorate this page. Like, how else am I going to finish it? So I'm touching my supplies a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I like to touch my scrapbooking supplies. I like to flip through my scrapping supplies. I just like to see what I have, keep it fresh in my mind. And plus, just touching it brings me joy. And that might sound weird, but you know what? I like paper. So there it is, people. I like paper and I like touching it. So I have these two little kind of banners right here. And when you put them together, it says "Hello, Love." And you guys know I love me some banners hanging down until I get sick of them, and then I'm like, no banners. But then I decided that I didn't like it all the way over underneath the floral. I felt like there was just awkward gap there. So once I moved it over here to the left-hand side, liked it so much better. Now this is a decorative sticker right here, and I am just going to use half of one and place it over top of the doily just to give it another little layer and another little like fun, beautiful thing to look at. So I am using these scissors, like I said, pretty regularly to try to figure out how much I like them. My initial reaction is they're great scissors. They're brand new, so they're sharp. But they do make me want to turn my cutting wrist a lot more than with regular scissors. So we will see. Now this is a thicker that says "Home Sweet Home," but I am going to actually make it say "Disney Sweet Disney." I have these Kaisercraft mini alphabet stickers, and these guys are teeny, like pretty teeny, but the spacing works out beautifully for this strip of paper that I have here. So I am thinking that everything is going well, and I am enjoying, you know, making this layout. I'm just really enjoying making this layout. Sometimes you just have fun when you're making layouts, and for some reason, this one is one of them. I won't say it's probably one of my most epic layouts ever, but I'm really just truly having fun playing around with this. So I go ahead and get that glued down, and then I'm going to bring in the thickers that are also in my kit, and I have this little double heart, and at first it was going to go on the tag, but I decided that I needed a little bit of decoration up here at the top where the doily was. So I nestled it onto the little doily humps, and then I'm going to add this leaf gold bit underneath of the floral leaves. I do add the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive because thickers, I feel like I don't even have to explain this anymore. But just in case you've never seen my layouts or heard me talk about it, thickers, their adhesive is junk and you need to add extra adhesive. That's all there is to it. So now I'm just trying to figure out if I needed to add any more. I thought about adding that hay up there, but then I was like, no, just because it will fit there doesn't mean like you want it there. So I am going to pick out some word stickers from the bottom of my Cocoa Vanilla Studio sticker sheets, and I am just going to decorate with words. So I do enjoy decorating with words. I like how I have the words kind of overlapping on these hearts right here, and then I'm going to nestle in some words where this gap is between the banners that are hanging down and the leaves of the florals that are hanging down. So the final touch is going to be some enamel dots, and I feel like the big enamel dots on this enamel dot sheet are too big for this particular layout. Normally I find Pink Fresh Studios enamel dots to be a great size, but the biggest enamel dots for this particular layout didn't work for me. So I went ahead and used the smaller size. So that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please join the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That's where you'll be able to see the sketch posted, and you can post your version of Follow a Sketch Friday there as well. And then thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.